Okay, we're now entering, I think, the most famous motorcycle shop of Ireland. And I'm now just looking in the face of Jimmy. And behind Jimmy is standing the father, James, talking now to some representatives. Okay, well, I understand that this is you and your father. It was your grandfather who founded the business,
That's
right?
right, yeah. It's my grandfather who started off the business in 1949, so we have a long history here in the town and working on motorbikes now. So I'm the third generation now to work at them here now as well, yeah. So
Third generation motorbike specialists, and then we go immediately to this beautiful specimen. What do we see here, Jimmy?
This is a 1940 BSA 500. Was owned by my grandfather in the 50s. It's an ex-army bike, so he used to buy them from when the war finished up. This is the last bike he built before he passed away in 2013. So
The last bike he okay.
but he used to own this bike in the 40s. We got the bike back from there about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was all split down. So obviously someone had gotten it and stripped it all down, so there was half it missing. So he rebuilt it to the way, and it was actually the last bike he ever built. So it's very precious to us, you know, and we have it here on display. And
Yeah.
pride of place at the front of the shop there, so we'd never sell that one. That's one that's
Exactly. And here's another one that you don't sell, eh? This is interesting.
We've a lot of interest in machines, and over the years, obviously being in the business so long, you get to gather up different bikes and different things that are very, very unique. This here machine is the only one in Ireland, and it's one of 195 ever made. It's a hand-built French bike. It's called Vauxhall, and they're obviously hand-built in France. So the company Vauxhall never actually went into liquidation, so you'll never see one of these realistically ever again. It's hand-bet aluminium tank, brushed aluminium, and hand welded. The whole bike is totally assembled. It was when Jimmy initially bought this, he had to order it. It was 8 months before they made it up for him. So we have this one here as well, and it's something else that's very, very unique. And
yeah, it's not accidental that you put it in the front of the shop.
no, exactly. It's a great place. It catches a lot of attention. Most people wouldn't know what it was, but for anyone who's into motorcycles will be very interested in something like this.
And then we'll go over to this one. You also put this one in the front of the shop.
This is one we have for sale at the moment. This is a second hand. It's a Moto Guzzi Breva 1100, and our shop window there, because we have quite a small shop window, but we try and keep interesting things in the window. It generates a little bit of attention for us. We kind of pride ourselves on doing a lot of these little small unique bikes, so things like Moto Guzzi, things like the Fox, and we'd have an awful lot of classic superbikes, things that other shops wouldn't have. So that's kind of a little market that we do for ourselves, you know.
Exactly. So this you told me you don't sell that much Moto Guzzis. Maybe a few years.
You wouldn't sell that many. You wouldn't sell that many of them. But I said I wouldn't be known for having people that were looking for weird and wonderful stuff would come and see us, you know, in regards to things that are like this. You know what I mean? So this is I said there probably wouldn't be maybe 20 of these in Ireland, less I would say. So I said things that are unique, you know, and people like that for us, you know.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Now we go to the back of the shop, and in the meantime, of course, in this business.
The display here.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the display area that we have here. So this is where we have second-hand motorcycles and also all our clothing gear. So we have different machines. This one here is another one-off machine. There's an awful lot of money spent on that one. And then we have some new machinery here as well as some classic bikes as well. So
exactly.
Classic imports as well.
Exactly.
Everything good condition, and then we have on the side our helmets here and all our clothing for selling to customers as well, boots and gloves.
Yeah, exactly. So the business is like split between selling motorcycles and repairing. These are the two things you do.
These are two things we do. This is another area, so this is split between. We have a lot more second-hand scooters here, and then obviously customers' bikes as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then into our second display area, so brands up to R&D.
Is this one new? This is for sale?
This is a second-hand one for sale. Yeah.
Second-hand for sale. It still has to be sold.
Still has to be sold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we can walk our way to our other showrooms area that we have in here as well.
This is a really beautiful showroom. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so also we have a mix of second-hand and new machines in here as well. So we've lots of different things. We've also another bike that's very important to us here. A lot of history with it is this one here is 1934 Norton 500, and it's obviously with a sidecar in it. And this is also one of the other ones there that my grandfather rebuilt, and he's obviously very well known in the town. This was owned by a man in the town called Johnny Munster, who was actually a painter, And my grandfather used to fix the bike for him years ago, and he used to carry. So a lot of people that would know the history of the town would remember this motorbike driving around, and his ladders would be on the sidecar, and he'd use the sidecar to carry his paint.
Oh really?
So, yeah,
oh, that's good.
So that's a nice little story about that one. And as far as we know, to our knowledge, we've done a little bit of research on it as well. This is the only model like this in the world.
Wow.
Initially, this was built for, you can see on the side of it, it says DUTC, so it's the Dublin United Tram Company. So that was actually built before the Louth, when in Dublin there was trams. This was actually a service vehicle for the trams. So we think this is a one-off build, so it's very unique to us.
Yeah,
as well, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, this is something else. Now we see on the wall the most famous Irish racers.
Yeah, we have a lot of Irish, and there's some UK riders as well there, road racing, maybe very famous ones there. Unfortunately, a lot of guys at the top there would have been killed.
All 6 have died, you said.
All 6 have died on the top. Unfortunately, been killed doing the sport they love, so it's a dangerous sport. But as I said, it's still something that people will never give up on. And there's an awful following for it between the Isle of Man and here. And we also have a lot of other photos around our showrooms of different machines, different people we've gone over there, which would be Joey Dunlop. A lot of photos of Joey Dunlop, who we're great fans of. And as well on this wall, we'd have a lot of photos of people, local people, and people that were a little bit further away, of guys, motorcycles we would have sponsored, and local racers as well. So.
Exactly. Are there still the Dunlop family? How many people are there racing? There are many people.
Well, there's still in mainstream. You've still got Robert's 2 sons are still racing, which is Michael and William. But then you still have Sam does as well. Sam does a little bit of racing as well. So there's still 3 of them there that are in racing, and I don't think the family will ever go up racing. You know, it's in the blood, as they say.
And this is also a nice one. This is a very antique one.
Yeah, this is a
Honda.
1969 Honda 450.
1969. Yeah.
1969. So this is for sale as well. So a lot of our market, apart from doing all new, we do an awful lot of classic machines as well. Same as the Triumph there as well. That one's not so old, but it's 1999.
1999. Yeah. Okay.
So that one's sold. That's going out now the next 2 weeks. So we'd have a lot of big bikes and small bikes.
Okay, so and then tell me something about the customers. What can you tell about the customers of this shop? They're just like.
Well, the thing about it is with bikes, and even with our market that we do, we have people dealing with us, from someone who drives a 49cc scooter to a Honda 50, up to someone who drives a Hayabusa or a Goldwing. So you've really all skies. The biking's not like brand awareness where you, like a Mercedes garage, you have people off.
Okay, in the meantime we go to the repair shop, because I want to see the guy working, of course. This is very exciting.
So we deal with all sort of customers, any sort of money. So this is our repair centre here.
This is the repair centre. Hello, and who is this?
This is Mick.
Mick, hi Mick.
This is Mick, our mechanic, our main mechanic. Our other mechanic, Paul, is actually on holidays this week. So, and then we have Tony, our young fella, is actually off today as well. So it's only one-man team on today, and this is where it all happens. We go repairing all sorts of motorcycles. We do all sorts of normal maintenance, tires, chains, sprockets, as well as a lot of heavy rebuilds as well. So at the moment, then we're rebuilding. We have engines here that we have 2 engines out as well, so we're doing engine rebuilds as well. So we do an awful lot of heavy work as well, small stuff. So
very good.
All sorts of maintenance side.
You even have a little library where you can.
Yeah, a lot of our old manuals will be there.
Old manuals and everything.
Most of the new manuals are all online now, so we have a lot of stuff on the computers now, but we still keep our old manuals there as well for referencing back to it as well.
Very beautiful. Okay, now we go back to the front of the shop.
Yeah.
And okay, good luck. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Come back and through this way here.
Yeah, exactly. So you meantime you told the brands you sell most are the Japanese ones, eh?
Yeah, our best selling motorcycles are Japanese. So our best selling brands are Honda, Yamaha, and Suzuki. But we also sell Kawasaki. We do some Harley Davidson, BMW, Triumph as well. We're multi-franchise. We sell an awful lot of models, and if there is something that someone wants, we can order and get it. We have a lot of contacts, obviously. After all the years, we would do an awful lot of shows in England. We go to shows and talk to a lot of people. So I said that's you can get any machine that anyone wants.
Interestingly, you told me that the most expensive motorcycle in catalogs is something like 30,000 euro. This is the Goldwing,
the
eh?
new Goldwing, the new Goldwing, the 1800 Goldwing. is €31,000. So I said you have our customers are all treated the same, whether they're coming in to buy a bike at €1,000 or they're coming in to buy a bike at €31,000. I said everyone's the same to us. Same in our workshop, where could we repairing a bike that's worth €1,000 or a bike that's worth €31,000.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's all the same to us, you know.
Okay, the last thing I want to discuss is some new developments, and this is very interesting, Jimmy. What do we have here?
This is one of this is a new piece of equipment there we're after getting in maybe the last year to 2 years. So this is a full this is one part of our full diagnostic kit that we have for plugging into all the Japanese BMWs, Aprilias and all that sort of stuff as well. So we are doing an awful lot of specialised work that other companies wouldn't have this sort of thing.
Yeah, so this is like €8,000. This is like a diagnostic kit. You can it's wireless, and you can see what's wrong with the motorcycle.
Yeah, very. With the motorcycle, it's fully wireless and connected to the internet. Each model motorcycle is different lead that you plug into, and it says you can, as the bike's running, you can also see all the parameters, everything that's wrong with it, any faults, stuff we got there. It's a very advanced piece of equipment that we deal
Please,
with.
could you please a little bit stop talking?
So just turn it down.
For 1 minute, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, otherwise, okay, and the last thing is this one.
Yeah, so this is another one that's a new advance in some of the stuff that's done on motorcycles now. So this is the new Tom Tom Rider that's only out 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously, it's a very advanced piece of equipment there. Really popular. It wouldn't be so much so on the smaller bikes, but an awful lot of guys there on the BMWs, touring bikes, all the big machinery that do a lot of touring in Europe and all that sort of stuff. This equipment there is all in stock now as well. Okay, now we have seen a lot. I think this is a very full video with a lot of information. Yeah. I wish you and your father also, good business. Right, brilliant stuff. Thanks very much. Yeah, okay. Talk to you soon.